Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I thought since I've taken a little break and I thought I'd better come back at some point, and I thought today I just felt like it. I got up early, my mind has been spinning about everything in the world still and things going on, and I couldn't sleep, and the cats woke me up and they were making weird noises. I don't know, I still don't know what happened this morning. I decided maybe I'll do a Friday reads. June I pretty much took off. I was already feeling pretty burnt out by the time I got to June, and then again the world was just exploding, and I just decided that it was better to step away. So I've pretty much not watched much BookTube or been on YouTube at all, really. I've been watching too much other social media, and I kind of haven't done a whole lot. So I just thought I'd do a Friday reads. So overall, I'm fine. Work is just crazy, which is, I'm very lucky to be in an industry that has been working consistently throughout this whole pandemic and stuff. So I was very lucky, and it's been super busy with me working here at home, as well as, going into work a few times a week and getting that done, and then, going back and forth. And it's just, my reading has been really off. Like, I will probably do some kind of wrap-up videos in the next couple of days. I'll probably do a part 1 and a part 2 wrap-up kind of thing. If not, I'll do just one. I don't know. It just matters how long I want to talk about stuff. Because I did read some, at least one book that I, just adored, and then I've read a couple of nonfiction that have been really good, so I want to talk about them. So it'll probably be about like 2 videos, but I haven't read a lot. I've done a lot of rereading again. It's just, I guess I've read 2 fiction books that I really enjoyed or really loved. Anyway, it's just, as I said, June has been a really weird month, and we're going into July, and my mind is thinking about Jane Austen July. So I'm probably going to put up a TBR for that. I'm not going to make a really big one because I'm trying not to overschedule myself, because right now my reading is not going to schedule at all. Like, I really am failing at what I want to read. And I keep starting books and not really finishing them. So I did make decisions this month on a couple DNFs, and then but some books I'm just like, I will come back. I just have not. I think I have 4 books that are on my currently reading that I'm like, I want to read them, but just maybe not right now. So that's kind of it. There's not a whole, as I said, it's not a whole lot. I just took kind of June mostly off, and it's only in the last couple days that I was thinking about I wanted to start doing videos again. I think I just needed a break. As I said, I've been doing this for over 3 years, and really that was probably the longest break I've had between videos. I usually and it's not that long. It's really only been about like 2.5 weeks. So it really isn't that long of a break. As I said, I just needed it to kind of step away, and I didn't watch much BookTube after my last video. I just needed to step away from all of it. So anyway, I feel like I'm a little ready to come back and get back into a routine, which is what I enjoy. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you are staying safe, and yeah, wear a mask. Anyway, so let's talk about the couple of books that I'm currently reading. So I do have on my currently reading quite a few books, but I'm not like actively reading them, so I'm not going to talk about those. So I'm just going to talk about the 2 that I'm actually reading. So as I said, I've been doing a lot of rereading of books, usually by favorite authors, which no surprise to people when you see what those are. But I decided to pick up a series that I've been wanting to return to, and I was gonna start, so I've read the first 4 books in the series, and I was really going to start with the 5th book and just jump in. And I realized that I read that book back in like 2014, and 14 or 15, I can't remember what year it was, and I'm like, the book number 4, and I'm like, I don't think I can jump in that much later. I mean, I remember a lot of things, but I don't remember all the names and all the instances, and I thought, well, let's just restart the series, which is ridiculous, except the fact that the last book just came out. I think it's book 15. I don't own them all. I stopped collecting after about 10 because I was behind. But I think he just put out the last book, so I am wanting to finish it. And that is the Destroyermen series by Taylor Anderson. And this is Into the Storm, which is the first book. So I bought this when this came out. It's an alternative history. It is World War II there's a couple of destroyers that are fleeing from the American destroyers who are fleeing in the Java Sea from some Japanese warships, and they've had these battles in the Java Sea, and they're racing, trying to get away from them, and they go into a squall. They see, you know, a storm, and they get transported to an alternate universe. So I really enjoyed this series. The first time I read it, I read the first three within a year of each other, and then I reread them in 2014 or 15 to read book 4, and I was going to continue, but of course, you know, things happen. 15 was the year I bought a house, and you know, I did a lot of moving and bought a house stuff, so my reading was really weird that year. So I just didn't get back to it. So now it's been many years, and I need to get back to this. So I've decided to reread them, at least read the first book. If it starts clicking and I remember the stuff from books 2 and 3 and 4, like I remember like how book 4 ended, and I know I want to read book 5 because I know where it ended and the cliffhanger-ish that was there. We don't know what happened to some of the people that are in here. So again, this follows the crew of the Walker, USS Walker, and this old destroyer from the and it's interesting because you have this ship that's old because it was built in for World War I, and was repurposed or was brought back kind of to life to at the beginning of World War II, because this is again early 1942 when it starts. It's just a couple months after Pearl Harbor, so it's a very beginning part of that. So we don't get a huge amount of that because they transport this alternate history where animals have evolved differently. Okay, I've really explained this really horribly, but this is just, it was a fun series, and if you like adventure and if you like alternate history with different species that survived extinctions, so yeah, let's say that maybe there wasn't an asteroid as part of that, but in a weird way, and then some other animal, like there's some cool species in here that happen through the book, so that I've read so far. Again, I've only read the first 4, but I want to reread them and get back into it, and I'd like to try to read them a little bit more consistently to get to the end now that I know that he's just published the last book. So I like to see where it goes. I have no idea if I'm going to like it after book 4, but I really, really enjoyed all four of them. So anyway, I talked about that way too long. I'm out of practice. Can you tell? And then the book I'm listening to on audiobook is Stamped from the Beginning: The Definitive History of Racist Ideas in America by Ibram X. Kendi. So I have done a lot of good reading on audiobooks from my library during June, in order to educate myself as well and just learn some stuff. But this has been, and a lot of those books I'll talk about in my wrap-ups, and they have been very good individually and for eye-opening things of white privilege. But this is really a great history on just seeing how people's ideas in that time frame, and like people we have read about and who are in American history, like again, they talk a lot about Thomas Jefferson and Abraham Lincoln, and how, you know, they were not black and white in the way that they saw things, but the way they acted was very in their own best interest kind of thing. And it's just in some ways. And so far it's been really good. I'm just halfway through it. Again, it's like a 19-hour book, and I forgot to write down the audiobook narrator. I'm sorry. I'll have that ready next time. I just this is really fascinating, and just so, it gets me so angry when what their justification is for their racist ideas or reasons why, you know, somebody can't have the vote or can't that they're not going to help them, like by giving them property at the end of in Reconstruction. I mean, it makes no sense why they didn't do that, and it would have just, I don't know. Anyway, there again, it's all the way through. It starts from pretty much from the very beginning when the first, I can't even think what the actual date that they gave. Oh, they were talking about the 1635. So, and then on. So it's just, as I said, it's been a really great, educational read. I've really enjoyed the audiobook, and as I said, I got a copy, so because there's certain parts that I'll probably want to go back and reread about certain periods that I didn't know a lot about, and so as I said, I'm only up to, I think I'm just after Reconstruction. Yeah, so we're in the 1890s now. So as I said, I'm about halfway. So it's been a really good read, and so I would totally recommend that, even though I'm not done yet. So anyway, so that's kind of it. I don't, as I said, I'm trying to keep my books that I'm currently reading. Like, I'm just trying to read. Like, most this week I didn't read anything. I listened to audiobooks. I've been listening to Stamped from the beginning all week. And it's, yeah, as I said, it's a long audiobook, so it's taking some time because I can do a little bit at work, but not like a huge amount. And then I haven't been driving my car much because I don't drive it that much right now. So I've just, slow going in that. But I got halfway through that, which is good. So I'm hoping to get that done by the end of next week. But we'll see. Again, the audiobook is through my library, so I still have 2 weeks on that, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I don't know. I'm really rambling, and I'm not doing this very good because I'm really kind of out of practice. So anyway, what are you guys reading? How are you guys doing? As I said, I probably will have a few videos coming into the next week. I'm hoping to get, as I said, a couple wrap-ups, or at least a wrap-up for what I did read in June and finish, and then I do have some book hauls, and then I just said I probably will do a Jane Austen July TBR, but it won't be, as I said, I think I'm only going to pick 4 books, I think, and then see what I can do around that, because again, my brain is just not going the way I want to, so I might not even work for that. Well, we'll see. Did I say I have some book hauls too? Yeah, it's a book. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys later. Bye.